Dolphins
and better things after this. Coming up in sports, Fresno boxing champion Hector Lizarraga puts his world title on the line for the first time. We'll show you how he did. And Michael Jordan of the Bulls show why they're still reigning champions of the basketball world. Tonight's playoff highlights. Sports is next. Fresno's only world boxing champions. He had a chance tonight in San Jose to do something Corbett could not do, defend his world title. The IBF Featherweight champ was going up against two-time former champion Manuel Medina, an experienced fighter in his 14th world title bout, and Hector suffered a blow early when he was cut. Lizarraga felt he had the edge in skill going into a fight that most expected to go the full distance. You can see the cut there. Even though the two had combined for 45 knockouts in their careers, Hector and his trainer said before the fight he was in the best shape of his career. Even with that, it was not enough in a fight that did indeed go the distance, but Hector Lizarraga is upset by Manuel Medina in a unanimous decision at San Jose. Fresno's Lizarraga loses his belt in his first defense. From one champion to another,
Indeed, it was a disappointing night for local fans of Hector Lizarraga. Fresno's champion boxer loses a bloody battle.
Lizarraga was defeated in his first fight since winning the World Featherweight Championship. Action News reporter Graciela Moreno has the story.
Hector Lizarraga has a huge fan following in Fresno, but nowhere is it more evident than at the ringside gym, where the boxer trains 5 nights a week. Tonight, between punches and grunts, fellow boxers like Rudy Cruz Jr. were keeping their fingers crossed.
I admire him because he stayed at it for so long, and all the years that he went through his bumps and his downfalls, he still managed to pick himself up and get the championship.
He's been with us 10 years, and we certainly hope he comes back a champion.
Ringside owner Paul Carmelo says Lizarraga is a role model for the younger boxers.
When he come off the field picking grapes or whatever, he'd come here and he was very serious about training. He persevered.
The last world champion to come out of Fresno was young Corbett. He won the World Welterweight Championship in 1933, but it was short-lived. He lost in the first round of the first fight defending that title. Tonight, Lizarraga was met with a similar fate. By unanimous decision, Hector Lizarraga was defeated by Mexico's Manuel Medina. And fans watching the fight at Fresno's Rainbow Ballroom couldn't hide their disappointment.
He says he was dodging the Prince, but I don't know about that. Now, not the way he fought tonight. It didn't look like he wanted to win.
Fans had high hopes going into the fight, and even after the defeat, some stuck by their champion.
Medina should have done a little bit more. He should have knocked him out. When a contender is going to go in there, he has to prove himself, and he has to knock out the champion.
In Fresno, Graciela Moreno, ABC 30 Action News.
Sports director Dan Taylor followed the fight tonight.
Dan, a bit of mixed emotions tonight, right?
No, it was a tough one indeed, Kate and Rich. There was hoopla, there was fanfare, and there was the electricity associated with a world title fight at the San Jose Arena tonight, where Fresno's Hector Lizarraga put his newly won IBF Featherweight title belt on the line against two-time world champ Manuel Medina from Mexico. First round, Lizarraga's first fears come to life. A Medina headbutt opens a deep cut over Hector's left eye. Fifth round, right here, another butt. This one opening a deep gash over Hector's right eye. The fight turned into a brawl. Late in the 9th round, a vicious Lizarraga left opens a big cut over Medina's right eye, and the battle becomes a bloodbath. After round 9, you see it here, Medina's corner pleads with the doctor not to stop the fight. They win their case. A Lizarraga flurry in the 10th gives his fans hope, but it's not enough. It's a unanimous decision. All 3 judges score Medina the winner, snatching away Hector Lizarraga's world featherweight title belt. Now, Dale Urong is at the San Jose Arena. Doctors have been working on Hector's eyes, and Dale will join us live in just a little bit in sports with some of the interviews and post-fight reaction there from the arena. Rich and Kate.
All right, thank you, Dan. In other news tonight, police in Fresno pick up more suspects in an alleged gang rape case.
Fresno's own world boxing champ rumbled indeed for 12 rounds. This fight went the distance. Lizarraga in the white trunks that was stained red by all the blood against Manuel Medina. And I forget the Thrilla in Manila. This thing was a bloodbath, as you can see. And the one standing in the end, Manuel Medina. Lizarraga loses the fight, a unanimous decision after 12 rounds. We'll have much more on this fight, plus a live report from San Jose just a bit later in sports. Quickly, let's go to the NBA playoffs. An amazing night on the hardwoods tonight. Chicago survives a scare in overtime against the Nets. Miami beats New York, and Seattle, no problem in a few.
8 years after the Loma Prieta earthquake, a long repair is almost done. It's a real boot stop and good time.
Next.
cut up. He was cut everywhere, both eyes, the nose. Fails to become Fresno's first fighter to successfully defend his title. Young Corbett III was the first Fresno world champion, but he failed to defend his title successfully as well. And we'll go to the end of the fight. It was pretty fun as two guys had fun in the ring, but in the end, it was Medina to win.
The winner and new IBF Featherweight Champion of the world, Manuel Medina.
After the fight, Lizarraga did not talk to reporters. Instead, he went to the doctor, but the new champ and the promoter did offer their comments.
Hector Lizarraga peleó como un gran campeón.
Thank you also, Lizarraga, because he's a great champion.
Peleó hasta el último momento.
He fought at the last moment.
Y créeme que es un guerrero.
A great warrior.
We do apologize for that. I guess they want to get him the doctor.
You talked to Jeff?
They're all gone, actually.
They all
went.
They all.
Yeah. We have no control over that, so they decided.
We've asked them, please come over here. Felt it was the right thing to do, but like I said, I only can apologize that not here. So.
Well, that was bad news, but at Fresno's Rainbow Ballroom, about 250 Lizarraga fans showed up to watch the fight on closed-circuit TV. Although things didn't turn out as they would have liked, everyone still had a good time. Here's a recap of the fight. Hector Lizarraga loses the 12-round unanimous decision. As we go to the graphic and show you, he failed to become the featherweight champion. He was defending his title and unfortunately lost in a 12-round unanimous decision. Let's go to softball. The third-ranked Bulldog softball team continues to roll right along.
And so right after...
They all win.
They all...
We have no control over that.
Hector Lizarraga peleó como un gran campeón.
Thank you also, Lizarraga, because he's a great champion.
Peleó hasta el último momento.
He fought at the last moment.
Y créeme que es un guerrero.
A great warrior.
Y lo respeto mucho.
And I respect a lot.
Hector Lizarraga, immediately following this fight, was taken from the San Jose Arena to an area hospital so that doctors could treat his badly cut eyes. Hector wanted to go to the body. He could never catch up to Medina, even in a smaller ring, because Medina would clinch inside when Hector would try to come inside, and Hector could not get the body shots to slow him up and keep him on the ropes. It's a tough loss for Hector Lizarraga. It's his first loss in 10 years, but Hector's not going out like this. He will take some time off right now, spend some time with his family, heal up, and I guarantee you in a couple of weeks we'll see Hector running around Fresno doing some road work as he prepares for his next fight. He thinks of it as a temporary setback, and we tend to agree because Hector will be back. Reporting live from the San Jose Arena, Dale Urong, ABC 30 Action News.
Dale, don't go away. Got a quick question for you. There was a point in time in about the 9th or 10th round where Hector really seemed to hurt Medina, and I think late after the fight, Medina talked about that. Was there the sense, either from any of Hector's people or Medina's people, that things could have swung there in the 10th round if Hector might have been able to get off a couple of more big, good shots?
Definitely. When he hurt Medina in that 9th round, the fans got behind Hector. They were chanting his name. But when he came out for the 10th round, Medina just came back and hit him with a couple of nice jabs, landed a couple of combinations. I think what happened was Hector, when he had his eyes bloodied, it altered his strategy. Instead of going to the body, he was throwing some wild haymakers, things that he doesn't do because he thought the fight might be stopped. And so he was going for the knockout punch instead of working the body. But if he could have had followed up that 9th round with a solid 10th round, he could have possibly got the decision.
All right, Dale, great job, and we'll see you back in Fresno here in a few hours.
All right.
Well, the Fresno Grizzlies move into...
The arena was rocking for the main event, and this thing was a drag-down, blow-by-blow bloodbath. Lizarraga in the white trunks, heavily stained red by all the blood, mixed it up with Medina like they were in an alley fight. There was more bloodshed in the ring than a local Red Cross. No knockdowns in this fight, but plenty of flurries. Both fighters suffered serious cuts under both eyes. Medina getting funky cold. Medina regains the IBF title. Look at that shot. A 12-round unanimous decision as he outboxes Hector Lizarraga. Obviously a huge disappointment for local fight fans and, of course, Lizarraga himself. But you got to hand it to Manuel Medina, who came out smoking. Let's check in now with ORIN WINICK, who joins us live from the San Jose Arena. And ORIN, I think both of us thought this would be a victory tour rather than a very upsetting loss tonight, huh?
Absolutely, Raj. We're here in San Jose where we were dressed for the occasion. We were ready for a celebration, and you know what? I think the truth is, so was Hector Lizarraga. He came in with a whole entourage. He had that mariachi band, a 10-piece band, leading him into the ring, and this thing turned into a bloodbath early. In fact, I think it kind of shook Hector Lizarraga, and in the end, it was the two-time defending champ, Manuel Medina, regaining his belt.
My tears are because I'm very emotional. Hector is a great champion and a warrior. He kept fighting till the end. I respect him like a man and a fighter.
We told you it would be a very good event and an exciting event, and that's exactly how it has really turned out. So I'm really very pleased that this fight really went very, very well.
Okay, the fight promoter was pleased. Hector Lizarraga and his camp not nearly as pleased. In fact, after the fight, we waited. We were hoping to interview Hector Lizarraga, but the doctors felt it was necessary to whisk him off the local hospital. As Raj alluded to earlier, he had some bad cuts above both eyes, Raj, the left and the right eye. He did not look very good. Doctors felt he needed necessary medical assistance right away, so he was unable to talk to us, but obviously very disappointed. 4 months and 12 rounds, and his belt leaves Fresno and goes to Manuel Medina. We are live in San Jose. Now back to you, Raj.
All right, thank you. ORIN WINICK reporting from the disappointing Lizarraga loss. Let's move on and talk some hoops.
Featherweight title, he looked okay early on, but by the final rounds, neither fighter looked in good shape. Both were beat up and bloody. Lizarraga was cut under both eyes. The fight did go the full 12 rounds, but in a unanimous decision, Medina got the victory. After the fight, Medina was happy to speak to the media, but Lizarraga was nowhere to be found, and that's because he was taken to the hospital. But I talked with some friends of his, and they said he's doing pretty well.
Tough sport there. All right, well, we'll be back with more coming up.